after watching day one of this first test in Perth between Australia and Pakistan, I wanted to wait and do day 2 and 3 and then day 4 and 5 do a review like that. I didn't expect this test match to be over already. Welcome back to the channel. Great to have you back here. Let's just get right into it. So where we had left off is that Australia were still batting. They were 346 for 5 after day 1. Eventually they were bowled out for 482. Mitchell Marsh ended up making 90 to really propel Australia to that total. And then you had Amir Jamal, who was actually, I failed to mention this, he was actually on debut. He had figures of 6 for 111. And so Pakistan came out and Pakistan started batting. At the end of the day, they were 85 for 2. You know, you had 2 players there at least who were like, yo, we're going to stick it out today and we're going to bat. We're going to try and bat. We're going to take this match as deep as we can. In the end, Pakistan ended up getting bowled out for 271. You had Iman Al-Haq with 62 being the mainstay of Pakistan's innings. As pretty much Nathan, it was another Nathan Lyon show. He ended up with 3 wickets. He had support from Mitchell Starc with 2 and Pat Cummins with 2. But 271 all out Pakistan. Australia obviously leading by quite a bit. Decided that they were gonna go bat again. And so this is into day 3. And so Australia now, they're batting again, and they end up making 233 for 5 declared. You had Marsh, who came back, he made 63 not out. You had Usman Khawaja at the top of the innings, who made 90 to propel them to that total of 233 for 5 declared. This time around, it was Quran Shahzad, who had 3 wickets to lead Pakistan's bowling charge. And I gotta say, man, just for the amount of runs that were left put on the board, Pakistan needed 450 runs. Inside pretty much a day and a half, so pretty much well, I shouldn't say day and a half, it was more like day and 3/4 maybe, you know, a day and, however you want to look at it, man, 2 days, however you want to look at it, 450 runs. So in other words, Pakistan were playing for survival after pretty much not making as many runs as they should have in their first innings. And how did it turn out? How did it turn out for Pakistan? Well, I can tell you, not good. Not good at all. 89 all out in 30 overs. That's right, 89 all out, game done, day 4 of the test match. Man, blown away again. You had Mitchell Starc and Josh Hazlewood with 3 wickets apart apiece, and then once again Nathan Lyon with 2 wickets. On a bouncy, fast-paced wicket like Perth, you wouldn't expect Lyon to get as much purchase as he did, but he got purchase, man. But I felt robbed a day of test match cricket here. Why? Because I honestly felt like after Pakistan had dug deep, man, like I'm talking dug deep, their openers batted long, I honestly thought that they would push this test match, man, that they would give Australia a run for their money. But it's just mind over matter when it comes to some of these things. Australia beat Pakistan mentally. Like, the amount of runs they put on in the first innings, bowling them out, and then coming out and putting another 200 plus runs in such a fast time. I feel like Pakistan were mentally defeated. And at that total, looking at that target, 450, that just killed them. That killed them, man. Because that's not the fight I saw on day 2. The fight I saw on day 2 was like grit, determination, like we ain't gonna stop until we get there. But Australia just beat that out, man. But I gotta say, I cannot not give credit to Australia, because you know what, they're playing at home, they know these pitch conditions, and they put the Pakistan bowlers to the sword. And sadly to say, Pakistan succumbed inside the 4th day. Positives to take away from the test match for Australia. Their batting and their bowling are on par. Positives to take away for Pakistan. Your batting is kind of on par. Not really. Your bowling. I said this too in the World Cup about Pakistan. They have got to figure out their bowling, man. I think their bowling let them down. It's let them down here again. Fielding. You gotta take your catches, man. You got to take your catches if you want to win matches. There's no way. There's no two ways to that. And then batting, you know what? I get it. Being a cricketer, I get it. I've been there. I felt that weight, and sometimes there's no coming back. Like, once you get beat, you get beat, and sometimes it just takes getting that beaten to come back in the next match and say, you know what? I'm not gonna let this happen again. And I think that's what Pakistan needs to do. They need to just put this one behind them as a positive. You know what? You know what? We got outplayed. Admit that you got outplayed. But tell yourself and let yourself know you're not going to let it happen again. And the batters, step up, man. You got to step up, man. Yes, the feeling was weak, but that, like I said, that first innings determination, I know the runs, they don't really show how well they batted in that first innings, how well they dug in, but that's what you got to do, in my opinion. As a fan, I want to see you play cricket better than this Pakistan. Australia, World Cup champions, you're still on the high, and I gotta take my hats off to you. You played like champions. You played like champions. World Cup and World Test Championship champions, actually. So, looking forward to the second test. Looking forward to see what Pakistan's answer is gonna be, and looking forward to see how Australia manage. Until next time, my peeps, join us right here to get that fan's perspective on We Talk Cricket. Later.